Brian Curry passed away recently. However, Todd Ryan Case is still alive, and he's the one that had the active role in the situation. There's a lot of people that I like them. I like their personality most of the time. Heck, most of the time, a lot of the people that I know, they'll say, hey, he's usually a nice guy. He's usually a nice guy. Oh, yeah. You're usually nice too, unless you don't get what you want. It's the same for him. Neither one of you get what you want now. Are you happy? No. Neither am I. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But of course, by saying I don't want anybody to get hurt, there are people out there who are sick and twisted in the head who will try to pretend that that's a threat against them. Unfortunately, some of those people have badges or work for people who have badges. 1119 for a flat bar. I already have a flat bar though. I do need a crowbar, and they have those for cheap. I set myself aside a budget of $20 for tools this month. If I get the smallest crowbar, that'll be $7.49. For the medium one, it's $9.99, and for the big one, it's $11.49. I also have a two-piece pry bar set. I also already have one of them. Let's see what these miniature ones look like. They're not very big. They're pretty small. I could probably handle using them pretty easily. Right off the head, I could get is a good pounding hammer, but I can't really use them all that effectively. I can pry easier than I can smack something with a hammer. Now, there's a couple of folks here. I'm not happy with them. I don't hate them by any means. I can be angry with something that someone has done without hating that person as a human being. I think most people should be capable of that. I think that right there is, well, far closer to what should be considered adulting than what many of you consider. You just refuse to listen to the person that has the issue. They pretend like they're a bad person. And that ain't okay. Then you get to choose who the blame is assigned to based on gender? That ain't okay either. That is sexism. And just because you did something wrong doesn't mean I hate you. It just means I hate what you did. Enjoy my friends ending up dead because of laziness or stupidity or ignorance. Black Series gifts. What do these things do? Wet and dry car back. A marshmallow launcher. Oh my god. How much is you? $30. Half of that's only $15. A $15 marshmallow launcher. My god, we had to make those out of PVC when I was a kid. You have any idea how long it took to string together 200 rubber bands? Alright. There's a couple of people who work here that I'm not happy with. I do like them. I do. I'm not gonna... I can't help it. They're likable, you know? And it's not like they did screwed up stuff because they're evil people. There are people that are evil. Ted Bollinger is evil. Canvas drop cloth. Alright, are these ones plastic coated on the back? Let's see, leak proof. So probably plastic backed. Yes, they are. $9.49 each. No taxes. They're 5x5s. so they're the perfect size. No, I'm not getting them this month. I only have a $10 tool budget. Or sorry, $20 tool budget. And that would fall under the tool budget. Plus, I already have plastics that are pretty important. Now, this emergency hammer might be a possibility. Most of the tools that I have, there's stuff that would make it better or easier, but they're not necessary. Like, for example, there's tire iron down there. It's $20, brand new. There's a smaller one for $16, but I have a tire iron. It's just rusty. Nothing wrong with it. I no longer have an emergency hammer because I gave that to somebody who needed one. But there's one for $6 here. Good for slicing the seatbelt off if you get stuck upside down. It's good for breaking the window out if you're stuck underwater. You'd be surprised what the pressure on the other side of the window is capable of. You gotta wait for the pressure inside to equalize before you can open your door, which means you gotta wait for the water to come in. And that's kind of scary. It makes you breathe faster. Plus, if it's cold water, and it probably is if you submerged your car in it, well, that's gonna eat up a lot of it too. As soon as that cold water hits you, you're going. But of course, we also gotta try to stay frugal, right? Like every month I'm supposed to give myself a clothing budget. I don't have the money for a clothing budget, so I won't be getting any clothing. I will be happy if I'm able to spend... Oh, that's cool. Nifty games and novelty. Rock, paper, scissors, finger puppets in 2 sets. Cool. Desk chop, chicken flicking. There's a lot of really cool items. Snowball slingshot. Meat claws. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that, would you? That good old-fashioned pulled pork sandwiches. Alright, well, this is actually... That's the grilling section, not the food section, and I don't need any grilling stuff. I don't have a place to grill. Oh, sorry, sir. And I don't need any bird feeders because I don't have any birds. And I'm not trying to catch any birds for dinner. I always walk through the toy section because I love toys. I never grew up. Got the Peter Pan syndrome. I will never grow up. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million Toys R Us that I can play with. And what was the other one? Oh, yes. Why in a play world turns a frown upside down. Alright, I did find a couple things I want. Let's see. Pocket model, safety flip and grip trigger, stream spray pattern, up to 10-foot range, UV dye. This is a training kit. OC Pepper UV dye plus water trainer. So they got to practice me so you can learn how to get people in the eyeballs, apparently. There's also the personal alarms, and that's what I came looking for. looks like it's $12. The one that I got over at the Army store was only 7, so I might wait until they get them in again. 130 decibels, that's pretty loud. The way it works is there's well, on that one it's a push button, it looks like. Nope, it's a pull slide like the other one. In case of emergencies, you can grab a hold of the pole and you just pull it away and it starts the alarm, and you have to actually insert the key to get the alarm going again, which is a great feature because your assailant can't just grab your hand real quick and squeeze your thumb and make it so that it's depressed again. All right, life straws. I already have one of them. I haven't actually used it. All right. Camping stuff, anything on sale? Might be, but it doesn't look like anything I need. I got a list of stuff on my shopping list. And it's pretty specific, and a lot of those things I can wait for as long as it takes for it to go on sale. When I was in Nebraska, people used to make fun of the fact that I had a lot of stuff, like multiples of it. Well, if it was something I like to eat, you know, I'd go get 2 cases of raviolis and sit there on them 2 cases and eat them for a couple of months. And people are like, man, where you got all those raviolis? Because I got them on sale. They were cheap. I think that was when they had the ravioli sale at Walmart. They were like 5 for $1. I was like, that is an insane deal. I'm getting everything they have, and I certainly did. No. I guess I'll go get something for dessert on the way out. Oh, Star Wars. I love the TIE Fighters. The TIE Fighters look cooler than the X-Wings, but I prefer the X-Wing. Logistically, and of course the field of view just makes it more my style, I guess. I played a few games with the TIE Fighters. They don't last long, but they can do some cool stuff. Just without a hyperspace drive, they're slightly dependent, or rather entirely dependent, on an Imperial Star Destroyer or the like. Of course, that's all fantasy. That's Star Wars. That's lightsabers and Lucasfilms and CGI and a bunch of stuff that is neither here or there. Let's try to get something productive done today. Crisis averted. I didn't crap my pants. The person that I have to be on the internet. Yes, I do have to be that person to affect change, to be heard. If I'm not speaking, I'm not heard. Who's going to hear my voice if I never use it? And that's the thing with all these folks who said they were going to help me, but they wanted to help me. That if I do this or I do that. But in the end, how did that work out? People are afraid. They're afraid. They may intend on doing the right thing, but when they see situation right in front of them, they realize, sure, they had the balls to say it, but nothing else. I'm not finding the candies that I want. All right. Buy two, get one free. I thought it was buy one, get one free. Yeah, I gotta be as frugal as possible. I get paid. It was $700 this month. So it's $140 less than I was hoping to get and expecting to get. But they said they were going to take 160 at every payment. So with them only taking out 140, that's not too bad. Oh my God, why don't they have the candy I want? I'm such a spoiled American. I got a whole selection of candy while there's people in the world starving to death having to eat grass. Big old bins of everything. All right. Get stuff and we can make sandwiches out of. Although I won't eat them for $1.99, and each one of these will slather almost half a loaf of bread. Be about 12 people worth eating. That works. I'm still getting something for me though. Come on, there's got to be something lunch. Bread maybe. If I go to the churches, I wouldn't have to pay for bread and I could save a few bucks. But the issues with Mr. Farnsworth, that's just not a happening thing. Also, the issues with the churches literally willing to look the other way. That makes for a very unsafe environment. You know what? I want a warm meal. Screw this. I'm gonna get this crap. And I'm gonna take my happy butt over to Burger King. And I'm gonna get me a hot hamburger. It's gonna happen. Is that classic? Yes, it is. Thank goodness it's colder. I wouldn't even attempt this. But I'm getting eggnog. Now, I would get it with my food stamp card, but I'm still waiting on it to show up. checking out. I have something on.
System processing. Swipe or insert card and follow instructions on PIN pad.
Not authorized. All right.
Here, I'll move this stuff.
Cash money.
There you go.
And one, 2 things.
Now let's see if I can move all this stuff back.
I'm gonna. You can be patient, machine. I'm patient with you. You notice I was trying not to sass talk, but now you're getting sassy with me. I'm old. Alright, I'm not that old. I'm just gimpy. Yes, I talk to the machine because it's entertaining, especially people's reactions. I'm 42 years old. I still go up to the automatic doors and say, "Open sesame," as I walk out. I got the Peter Pan syndrome. I will never grow up. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I got 2 cans of Nutella. They're $1.99 each on sale. And I happen to know the right person to give them to. I'm sure they'll get some bread, but they don't have a Nutella up there. Hold on. Open sesame. God, I love that. I believe in doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, regardless of gender. And that's how it should be, regardless of color. That's how it should be. A human being is a human being, even if they're depressed, even if they have Down syndrome, even if they have Tourette syndrome, even if they're female and male, even if they're Christians or Muslims, they're still human beings. Did I mention that they're human beings? I think I did. So we'll go with that. Now, there are people within each of these groups and hate groups within each of these groups. But that doesn't make every person within such and said a group a part of such and said hate groups. Just because you're black doesn't mean that you're racist against whites. Just because you're white doesn't mean you're racist against blacks. And just because you're ignorant doesn't mean you're a bad person. And if you choose to remain ignorant, then it becomes debatable to some degree on some things and no debate whatsoever on others. You help rapists get away with it, you get no sympathy from me. I don't care if you're my own mother. Oddly enough, that literally applies with my mother. How many child molesters and rapists has my mother helped to get away? I'm sure Doug Cowden wasn't the first. I'm certain that Michael Allen Albert was not the first. I'm certain that Andrew Witcher was not the first. Goddamn. Starting to hail again. Lucky for me, I can drive almost all the way to the Burger King. Without having to go on a public road. I have to cross one, and that sucks. I am insured. The government just wants to pay taxes. Their money. Their money. I want you to pay attention to that. It's their money. It's not ours. It's not yours. It's theirs. They're going to take it. They're not going to spend it on what you are paying the taxes for. When you say, oh, I don't mind paying taxes if it helps out a single mom or if it helps out a disabled person on the streets. But it's not. It's getting paid to pay people to deny victims, especially homeless victims. But if you in a house, or you a pretty white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, oh my God. That's the way to get help. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I wake up one morning and go, you know, if I have a vagina today, maybe I'll get treated better. Well, you know, there's a lot of people who don't like that. Like if you try to pass yourself off as a woman and you don't tell somebody that you had that change and you try to date them without letting them know that, yeah, that's definitely something that is quite offensive. Why would you keep a secret like that? I don't think they should be required to stay with you after you tell them. That doesn't work. He didn't behind me until I started moving backwards. All right. They just drive your money to the bank. See, the money is important, not the customers in most places. They don't mind if a customer is gunned down in the parking lot so long as the Loomis Fargo people show up. Oh, it's the Hope lady. Lady with the name Hope on the back of her license plate. She's one of the people from Tides and Change. I don't believe anything about their hope. False hope isn't hope. It's cruelty. I would like 2 hamburgers.
Anything else?
No, ma'am, that'd be all.
398 up the window.
Thank you very much. Woohoo, we gonna get us some food. We're gonna eat us some dinner, Cletus. Just so you know, that's me entertaining myself, not actually talking to another personality or some nuttiness. That's just one of them assumptions that's ignorant and bugs me. Oh, you're gonna want my money, aren't you? That's right. I'm sorry. You're forgiven. It's just a process to get it out. And I'm getting rained on. Thanks, ma'am. Oh, thank you. All right. I've especially spoiled myself with a warm meal. Yes, I go to the feeds up there, but I can't handle them kind of problems. That's the thing about people doing nothing about a situation until it gets out of hand and out of control like this. It's pretty late in the day, so I will probably have to wait until tomorrow to do anything about the legal situation with my vehicle. So I'll be staying here overnight. But hopefully I have enough to get it legal. Hopefully. I gotta get plates, gotta get tags. I have the insurance, but I gotta go get a printout of it so that I got proof of it. What a pain.